The idea is that are committed to a culture, a community, a group, a race of people, are the ideas that create the circumstance, create the experience. There is no difference between the individual and the group that assigns themselves or identifies with similar ideas. They, as a collective, join themselves, bind themselves to these ideas, and have collective and group experiences. The African American race, in large part, even though they push against, or we'll come to that in the future, but in large part has accepted the idea of being lesser, the idea of a devalued idea, an unworthy idea. This idea having been sown through the years of deprivation and violence that was suffered in your American history. These ideas still in large part accepted by the African American race of people. Are ideas that do not promote excellence, because no individual who accepts a devalued, unworthy set of ideas, guiding points to their life, looks to excellence. Their behaviors, their actions, their manifestations, their creations, the lives that they live are lives of less than. And it shows up in every area. It shows up in their, as it has all down through history. All down through history. Anytime there was a slavery situation over an extended period of time, anytime there is a dominant authority position with a weaker position connected to it, a lesser position connected to it that was accepted by a person or a group, the lesser of the two, the ideas and the energies that they express do not guide them to excellence, do not guide them to higher expressions. These are low-level energies that, if accepted, are manifest in their thoughts, in their feelings, in their behaviors, in their actions, in their language. And if you look into the African American race, that's what you see. That's what you see being manifest. Now, those who achieve a level of success do so through force of will. And this is movement. This is movement into higher planes, but the underlying resonating ideas still exist if not corrected. And they hold even these more, if you want to say, successful individuals in a position where they're pushing against the idea of that authority. They're pushing against the idea of this superior race. They're pushing against it. They're fighting against it. And their adversary, which are those individuals who are adhering to that superiority idea, they're there to push back. So you have this push and pull going on between not necessarily the the individuals or the groups of people, but the ideas. And the way to free yourself of this push and pull, the way to free yourself as an individual and as a group or a race of people, is to release the idea. Is to release the idea of inferiority that has been sown. Release the idea of the devalued idea, the unworthy idea, the less than idea. Release those ideas and sow ideas of strength, ideas of excellence, ideas of power, of wisdom, of knowledge. And these ideas are to be sown into the self. They're to be sown into the groups, into the community, into the race of people. And when this happens, they no longer, and you do this not pushing against the old idea, not pushing against any other group of people. You have to take them completely out of your mind, completely out of your sight, and make it an individual thing. An individual thing becomes a community thing, becomes a group thing, becomes a race of people thing. The ideas that guide them, that they're choosing, not in reaction to or not in response to a pain or suffering or 1 minute or 400 years of deprivation and violence, but in the moment choosing excellence, choosing strength, choosing wisdom. And in these new ideas, the reflection is a life of power, is a life of wisdom gained, is a life of beautiful expressions without adversary, without conflict, lives of high value, high worth. These energies, these ideas, this state of being, this state, mental and emotional state, it doesn't resonate the fear. It does not resonate the pain and the suffering. It does not resonate and connect to an adversary. It doesn't resonate and connect to the conflict that you see now in your communities, in your cities, in your countries, between people, between races, between the race, between the groups of people, or between separate or individual races. These ideas, these conflicts disappear when new ideas based on choice are sown and are cultivated and are lived and breathed in life. This is the core of the problem, and this is the core and the single solution, is to change the ideas that are governing the thoughts and the feelings. And when you change the ideas governing the thoughts and the feelings, the experiences change. The conflict can no longer exist because you're no longer aligning yourself with the conflict. You're no longer positioning yourself to have an adversary. I truly wish that these ideas land on open ears, open hearts, open minds. We are here to support. And when the highest of questions are asked, the highest of answers are given. We can only answer those questions. We can only answer those questions that have been asked, that the mind has created. If the mind doesn't create the most powerful questions, then the most powerful answers cannot be given. We are here for you. We are aligned with you. We support you as you support us. Peace, love, and blessings.